What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today is a very special episode because what I'm showing you are the squad builder challenges leading towards GIOVINCO and nothing else. I did this with the Heung-min Son one the other day and I'm doing it again today. However, today I am not covering my coins and record. I'll explain why in a second. So as a spoiler alert, if you don't want to know generally how my FUT Champions is going because that footage hasn't been released yet, either cover that little section of the screen yourself or don't look at it, because you might notice, oh wait, he's got 17 more wins or 13 more losses than when I last saw. What happened? How did that happen? Well, that's how. I have to iterate and reiterate that at the start of the video, because last video I did that with Heung-min Son, I got people calling me a cheater for covering the coins because I was cheating to get coins, yada yada yada. Basically, you're going to see this like quite fast forwarded as well, and the music, I might put my own music in it because the FIFA music when fast forwarded is entirely retarded. So what I was doing is I was looking at, like, I was looking through my club as what I had and what I didn't have in you know, pertaining to the squad builders for GIOVINCO and for Jonas. And this is actually before FUT Champions started that I did some of this stuff. So if my record does bounce around, that's why ultimately. And what kind of started happening was I was looking, you know, I looked at one club and I had like 6 or 7 players from this one club. So I was like, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's try and finish this. And as you saw from the first one that we finished, the pack that we got was so good. The contents of the pack that we got was so good that I actually decided to carry on. And I thought to myself, as you can see, I've got 17,000 coins up in the top left. I thought to myself, let me carry on until I run out of coins. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to play FUT Champions for 40 games. I'm going to generate 30 to 50,000 coins again, plus anything else I've got in the trade pile. We'll see where we can go with it. Well, what started to happen was that I got a string of the most ridiculous pack luck I've ever had, to an extent where it isn't enough to actually be relevant, but it's enough to continue buying players. Now, these squad building challenges are very strange because there's a few things and I want to talk about them. I'm going to let you guys just watch what happens on the screen to an extent. I will talk about it at times, but in general I'm going to let you watch it. Now, what I'm doing at every squad building challenge is showing you who's in the team and how much I bought for them. And what you'll notice is quite a few of them are first owner. And then if you wanted to replicate my teams, you can just pause the video, see the players that I've got, and then go grab them. So basically, one of the big misconceptions with the squad builder challenges for Liga NOS and for the MLS is that the players are just too expensive. They're just actually not. And look at this for some luck in this pack, guys. We get Morrison, who I think because the BPL thing had just come out was selling for like 600 coins, but we got a Korean midfielder, we got a Liga NOS, 2 Liga NOS midfielders, 1 MLS centre back. I made like so many coins off of this pack. I just could not believe it, genuinely. But what you'll find is there is a specific set of specifications for these squad building challenges. It will be, typically speaking, 95 chemistry, 11 players from one team. There might be the odd extra rule of like maximum 5 Americans or minimum 6 nations, or, you know, something very similar to that. But in general, you're looking at 11 players from that one specific team, 95 chemistry, and an ideal team rating of like 68 to 69. Well, with most, and I mean most of the MLS teams, they have gold players. And because gold cards are so common, the gold players are typically cheaper than the silvers and the bronzes. The bronzes at this stage as well, because they're so low rated, are actually near 200 coins for every single one of them, barring a few clubs. And the reason why that is because bronze pack method is in full function, and people think that, oh hey, this guy's rated 54, I need a minimum rating of 68, he's not good for me, I'm not going to buy him, drives the price down. Well, what you'll see from my teams are that, in fact, you can get away with an incredible amount of the low-rated, low-end players because of the amount of gold players that you get and that you have. Like, there are some teams where like you need a 68 rated team and they've got like 4 or 5 gold players, and you're just sitting there like, this is crazy. Like, I'm going to pick up 5 gold players for 400-500 coins each, some of them 600-700 coins. It's going to cost me like 2-3k. I'm going to get 3 or 4 low rated bronzes, and I might have to spend 2 or 3k here or there on 1 or 2 silvers. And I sit there and I thought I was actually starting to like clean up with with the amount of coins I was making through these packs. But what you've also got to remember is finding the right player at the right time. I think I've just broken my headphones. What is that? Oh god, I have broken my headphones. Finding the right player, it's horrendous. I took them out and they broke. Finding the right player at the right time at times can be dumb luck. Some of these players that I picked up, I would have picked up for 600, 700, 800, 1,000, sometimes 2,000 coins, and then the next cheapest would have been like 6, 7, or 10,000 coins, and I just happened to hit it at the right time. I'm one of very few people looking specifically for these players. So sometimes, like, there was a, you know, that bronze, there's a bronze centre midfielder, which I'm going to show you, and I think you see him in my trade pile at one point selling for 10,000 coins. I picked him up for 200 coins. He was extinct. I checked like every day. He's extinct, he's extinct, he's extinct. Eventually I saw him there for 200 coins, and he was there for like 4 minutes before I picked him up. And look at this for a pack as well, guys. I think this one gets some good players. Oh no, this one was garbage. This one had no good players in it. Yeah, I ended up picking up this Apaya, I think his name is, for the Seattle Sounders, I want to say. It was just there for 200 coins, and I was like, this is brilliant. And I bought him for 200 coins, and I thought, should I just put him into my team? He's 200 coins, like, should I sell him and get the 10k? Ultimately, I sold him, I got the 10k, and I moved on. But look at this team that we've got here. You can see I'm using a few position modifiers, and we're going to get to this in a second. I've got 4 gold players in that team. 4 golds that cost like 600 or 700. The bronzes that cost next to nothing. A few of the silvers are first owners or cheap. That team just cost me a few thousand coins at most, and we get ourselves a nice pack and a nice prize at the end of it. So what I started doing was, for example, right now on the Del Piero Squad Builder Challenge, the Sydney Strikers, because there's 1 gold striker, the bronze Sydney Striker is only selling for like 3,000 coins because he's largely irrelevant, right? The Cams, the Sydney Cams or the Sydney centre midfielders are extinct or selling for 10,000 coins. So all you have to do is buy the bronze striker for 3,000 coins, buy a striker to centre forward card for 300 coins. You've now got a 9 chem guy sitting in that cam spot for like a third of the price. I don't know why more people don't do that. And what I did with these squad builder challenges was just that. The amount of strikers that I converted down to cams or centre mids that I converted to CDMs to put at centre back was incredible. The centre backs, like there was some like key positions that were really expensive all the time, and it was usually the fullbacks and the centre backs, and then at times the wingers. Not always the wingers, because sometimes there were 3 or 4 options for each club, so it was kind of like, okay, you know, no one's gonna, like, they can't all be extinct, you know. But for the centre backs, some clubs only had 1 or 2 centre backs in the entire club. Some clubs had only 3 or 4 centre backs. Some of them were bronze and not high enough rating to be impactful. So, you know, you have to pick up the silvers. And what you'll see here is nearly none of the players cost me more than just a couple thousand coins at the very most. And that is because I was vigilant with what I did, and more importantly how I did it. And this is me doing this without using the chemistry, the no loss glitch to get chemistry. I probably could have done it cheaper if I'd used the, you know, the loyalty bonuses as well. What I ended up doing, other than buying strikers and converting them down, I ended up putting loads of players out of position. There was one club specifically, and I think it might have been the first one if you want to go back and look at it, where I had 3 goalkeepers in the team, because even with the 3 goalkeepers, I still managed to make the 95 chemistry barrier because of how much extra bonus chem you get from, you know, around the rest of the team. And the 2 spots that I had the goalkeepers in that weren't the like required positions were positions that would have cost me 10,000 coins per player had I bought the actual player. You can see in this team here we have a CDM in at centre back. We've got a left midfield at left back. I've got then 2 CDMs. I've got a striker and a centre forward. I think I've got a striker in at cam, or a striker in at left mid, or a striker at right mid, a left mid at left back, and a CDM at centre back. And I still got the right chemistry available. So what I urge you guys to do is go check your clubs, go see what you've got, go see what you need, and go check the markets, because you can easily finish these teams for minimal funds with a little bit of clever play and a little bit of position changing. Now this again was a pack that was pretty decent. We got this guy here. Interestingly enough, I saw his price, I sold him. The next club that I did, I think, was this club, and I was like, damn it, I could have just used him. But I was happy to have the coins, and in the end, I think I didn't even use him. I used a bronze goalkeeper in his position, which was pretty nice. So what you want to do first of all is go and find the highest rated, cheapest players, specifically the golds, the Frank Lampards, the Steven Gerrards, the Romandos, the Tim Howards, the Giovanni Dos Santos. Like this team here, it is the same team that I went and did, and you see I've actually got a CDM in at left back. None of these players really cost that many coins. Look at that, Areola 500, Lampard 800, David Villa 800. And these are guys that bring the team rating up so high that I can get away with having the 200 coin bronzes in several of the positions. Again, limiting the number of silvers I have to buy, and the silvers are the ones that are the most expensive. So I was very happy with that. I was very happy with being able to get my returns in like that. One of the things that was happening for me quite often was, in my packs, I was getting to the point where I had like almost no coins left, and I was like, oh damn, I can't really continue, I'm gonna have to play some games. Then I'd open my reward pack and I'd get something amazing in it. And in this pack we got 2 Liga NOS players. Now, like I said, the gold ones are not necessarily worth the most, so I saved them into my club. I thought, you know what, after I do this GIOVINCO, I'm gonna go and do the same thing for the Liga NOS. It's exactly what I went and, well, I haven't actually gone and done it yet. It's exactly what I'm going to go and do, but I thought, let me save them into my club and keep them so, so I can use them, and that's ultimately what we did. But basically, guys, there are 2 clubs that are going to give you problems: Chicago Fire and Seattle Sounders. Now, the Seattle Sounders is problematic because it requires 6 different nations, and there are very, very limited other nation players. I don't know why they did it for that team. Like, it's literally like 6 different nations. There's only like, other than Americans, there's only like 8 other nations in the club anyway, and they're all like mainly silver cards that are really, really difficult to to get. Basically, they're difficult to pack, they're difficult to get. We kept getting these silver players packs, and I was so happy with them because they were so valuable. Every single time we opened a pack, we got someone or something worth a few thousand coins. You can see here we get some consumables, a fitness card that will sell for 800, 900 coins eventually. We get Gale there, who I believe sold for about 2,000 coins. And although I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't getting informs, I wasn't getting like legends, I wasn't getting like 89 rated players or anything like that, but what I was getting was players that were selling for 2, 3, sometimes 5 to 8,000 coins that just kept ticking my coin balance up, allowed me to build the next team and get closer to that GIOVINCO. Now bear in mind, I think we started on 23,000 coins when the first squad builder challenge, and you get 20,000 coins for completing the whole thing and the GIOVINCO. So at the end of it, I started with 23k, and I'm going to get back a guaranteed 20k. And what you're seeing here is me just doing the squad building challenges. The only way I'm generating coins right now is through selling the things that I've packed, and you can see them all here. I'm showing you absolutely everything I packed and how much I'm selling it for. I'm storing some other stuff, and I'm still able to continually get these players and such. The next gold pack we got was pretty decent. We got a Pro League striker. I can't remember if this is the good pack. I had one pack that was amazing. I might have already actually opened it. Basically, it had 2 Koreans in it. I think it might have been way earlier on that just the Koreans sold for like 8k and 5k or something, and it was just mind-boggling how easy it was to get through it and get away with it. But like basically, the reason why I was going for this GIOVINCO is because I was like, I wouldn't mind using him as a super sub for FUT Champions. However, I got to a point, and you'll start seeing my record change eventually. I got to a point where I had no time, like the FUT Champions had started, and I still had 4 or 5 clubs left to go. So I was like, look, I can't be wasting my time doing the MLS squad building challenge. It's going to be there for another few weeks. I'd rather, well, actually, it's going to be there forever. I'd rather do the FUT Champions, try and get a good record and get myself into a good position to earn a good prize. So as you see, we carry on, we keep going, opening packs. Look at that guy. We get Akam. I think he's worth 6,000 coins. Yeah, he was worth like 6k at the time. Now I don't know how much he's worth. He might be extinct, he might be worth 2k, but on this given day, at this given time, he was worth like 6,000 coins to me. There was another MLS player just here, a right back who's silver, who's going to be worth a nice amount. There was one for like 1,500, but there weren't really that many more. So if I'm sensible, I can't remember exactly, but I would list him for about 3,000 to 4,000 coins if I was sensible, because there's only one of them at 1,500 and then like 2,000 and 3,000. So I would list him for like 2,500 if I were me now. I listed him for 2,000, there you go. So he'll eventually sell. We get another MLS player in this silver pack. He only goes for 700 or, well, 400 by looks of things, this guy. But extra coins are extra coins. I actually sent him to the club. I probably ended up using him. And you guys can do exactly the same. It doesn't require a lot of funds. It doesn't require a lot of market knowledge. All it requires is the knowledge of how best to build your team. So again, just to kind of go over, like, use players out of position because you can get away with it. Buy players and position change them, and you can see here I bought another striker because the cams were so damn expensive. So I bought a striker centre forward card. All of the striker centre forward cards that I bought throughout this video cost me 300 or 350 coins. So that's a maximum there, and I've completed another squad. You know, it didn't cost me anything. You go back, if it's going too fast, it's because I don't want the video to be like too long, but go back and like pause the video and look at exactly how much I bought for each player. You know, mark it up with the coins I've got in the balance, and notice and understand that what I've done here is basically done this for absolutely free. We get ourselves a Liga NOS player. Now, of course, I am getting lucky in these packs to the tune that some of the players that I've got are selling for a lot, and some of the players that I've got are going to be useful to me in the squad building challenges. Now, you may open all of these packs as well and get absolutely nothing for them, but at the same time you may open these packs and get yourself a couple of Sydney players. You might get an inform, you might get a gold high rated player, you might get some of the who's selling now, the Djurgården and Hammarby Swedish players. You might get some of those, like, because the squad building challenges change so much that it's just always good and it's always relevant. And again, here we look at this team here. You got like picking up most people for first owner or 200. We've got a couple of golds in there. I actually think that team there cost me no more than like 2,000 coins to complete the entire team. And for it, we end up getting ourselves another silver pack. Can't remember if this was a silver players pack or if this was a regular pack, but you see here I end up selling that one dude for 400 coins. I've still got a trade pile full of players that are yet to sell that will go back into the bank balance and be helpful for me. And this is an all players pack again. So the all player pack's open. We get a French CDM who isn't really relevant to us, but we get a Barcelona goalkeeper. And I'm not sure if it's I think it's this left back. Now I need some guidance on this left back, and it might be because he's from the Swedish league, although he's not Swedish. He was either extinct or there was one of them on the market. I can't remember specifically. Let's have a look what this does. Yeah, there you go. So there's two on the market, and I thought to myself initially, might just be a player that doesn't doesn't really do much. But I thought, because there's only two of him there, and one's for 9,700 and one's for 10,000. Let me list him for 6,500, way below the current bin prices, and see if he sells. This is at the point where the Australian requirements for squad building challenges were gone, except for the Del Piero challenge where you need A-League players, but he wasn't even an A-League player. He was an Australian player, and he sold instantly for 6,500 coins. I don't know why he sold. I don't know what relevance he has in FIFA. To my knowledge, he didn't fit to a squad building challenge. And to my knowledge, he was not like a sought after player. So if anyone has any logical reason why that Australian left back sold for 6,500 coins, I would love to know in the comment section below. We get ourselves another silver players pack. Now these Serie B players a few weeks ago would have sold for a considerable amount, but the Del Piero challenge has been there so long and so many Serie B players have been packed that they're near worthless at this point. Some of them sell for some funds. You can see this guy there, he's got a load of like 10k ones. There's only a few of them on the market, and then there's like one for 200, one for 800 and stuff. So you can see quite clearly they don't really sell that well. They don't really sell that much. But we get another club done. I think we're through like 17 of them now. And there you can see the 6.5k guy sold, the 3k guy sold. We're up to like 10, 15,000 coins. We started with 23,000 coins. We get through another club. First owner, 550, 700, first owner. Like this team again, because of the amount of golds in there, didn't really cost me much. Like there are only two teams that cost me a considerable amount, and we'll get to them right at the end because I did them last because I was hoping to find a good deal. And you can see again, a few of the items sold. Most of this stuff not really selling for much, 150, 200, sometimes 300 coins, because a lot of these cards just are not relevant in any way, shape or form. We get ourselves a premium gold pack for completing that challenge. We get some okay players in there, nothing too good. A couple of fitness cards. We get a catalyst card which was selling for like 1,000 coins. Now today of recording this video, it's selling for like 3,000 coins. I kind of wish I had held on to it. A few contracts, and the contracts are going to come in handy because I'm actually going to use the contracts for my club throughout FUT Champions. You know, I'm getting so much back from this game this year that I don't feel the need to be desperate for the 400 coins that I could potentially have got from those 3 contracts. I'd rather use them and save myself having to like apply the bronze contracts over and over again, which was just absolutely diabolical to do. I absolutely hate doing it. We move on, guys, to another part of the squad building challenge. We've done 17 of the 20 now, and we've still got 6,700 coins in the bank and 42 items selling on the trade pile, which is amazing. We completed the next one. It's got, again, 650, 200, first owner, 1,100, first owner, 1,800, 900, 550. This team overall cost us like 5,000 coins to make. We end up getting ourselves a gold pack for it, or a premium gold pack. And in this premium gold pack, just as I run out of coins, you can see here I've got 400 coins left. I'm thinking, okay, I'm done, got 2 teams left, I'll get the players when I can. Our premium gold pack contains none other than Christian Eriksen, who was selling for even more than he normally would because the Heung-min Son thing was up, so the Spurs players were selling for loads. So I started with 23k, I did 18 teams, went down to 400 coins left, and then I packed Christian Eriksen, and then of course there's a whole bunch of consumables that I've stored to the club and haven't sold, and then there's, as you can see, there's 48 items on the transfer list that also hasn't sold, that probably has a value of about 400 to 500 per item, so about 25,000 plus Christian Eriksen on the trade pile. So we're actually about 40,000 in equity right now on our transfer list. We started with 23k and we've completed 18 teams, so we're 17k in profit. We're 2 teams away from getting the GIOVINCO, and everything's going good. Now this team was expensive. Goalkeeper that ousted 1,200, first owner 2,300, first owner 1,700, 2,500, first owner and 500. That was quite an expensive team, cost about 6,000 or 7,000. But again, you can see up in the top corner, I'm up to 12,000 coins now. That one of them was difficult to complete. Actually, no, that one was not the most difficult. That one was relatively difficult to complete. And again, you can see all the items that have sold for me. Just picking up 700, 800 coins here or there every single time. We get ourselves another pack, a premium silver pack this time. The pack rewards are great. Silver cards have so much value in FIFA. We end up getting ourselves an Italian player. Sold for like 400, 500 coins, something like that. Nothing else here is really worth too much money. I store it to the club. Just to keep, again, might as well keep them for myself. I'm not really going to sell them. I thought this kit might sell. It's quite a nice kit, and I think it sold for 400. I think I listed it for 400 and it sold for 400. It's an interesting kit, not crazy. Now this was one of the most expensive teams: 1,600, 6,100, 5,900, 2,700. 1,700, a few first owners, 1,900, and then 300 and 3,000. That was quite expensive. That striker, the silver striker I've got up on the left-hand side, he's a 10k player that I managed to snipe. Someone listed him at 3k. I was like, brilliant, let me go and grab him real quick whilst he's there for 3k. So we complete one of the most expensive ones. But now you can see we've got quite a lot of coins up in the top left-hand corner. Everything we got sold here. Now you're probably thinking, wait, where did that Phil Jagielka come from? Well, I think I sold him from the pack that I got for the Heung-min Son, because I actually did that in between doing this. In our pack that we got for doing that one, we end up picking up pretty much nothing. Although there are a lot of players there, these players aren't really worth too much to us. I think I kept some of these players because the squad builder challenges were available. I might have sent them all to the trade pile. I did send them all to the trade pile. The knee one I sent up to the trade pile as well, discarded the rest. We got one team left. Now this was the most difficult one. First owner, 3,200, first owner, 1,800, 2,500, 650, 450 for Failhaber, 5,000, 9,900 and 10,000. I literally spent like 30 to 40,000 coins on completing that one. It was so hard. The players just weren't showing up, but it was the last one, and I thought, you know what, let me do this, let me complete this, let me get the 20k back. I've already made around 20 to 30k from the previous packs that we've had, so we're about even, and I've got 36,000 coins up in the top left, but some of those are from the Heung-min Son squad builder stuff that we that we got and sold. And we now have this GIOVINCO in our club. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. Amazing to have got him this early on. I can't wait to get to playing with him and using him in the club, and we get a 2-player pack as our reward, and lo and behold, we get an MLS player that is worth 700 coins. It couldn't have been someone good for us, could it? But no, we get ourselves an MLS player that's worth like 700 coins, and then an Argentinian left back that's not really worth anything. I then went and did one of the marquee matchup squads. I'm not going to be doing the marquee matchups. I don't think what you have to pay to get pretty average packs and 1 draft token, you are genuinely better off just going and paying the 15k to play the draft for yourself. I managed to complete that one relatively cheaply. You can see a few of the leftover MLS players that I had in my club are selling. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on the trade pile. We get ourselves another pack, which is from that specific challenge that we just completed. It's not a bad pack. It's not a great pack. It's got some sellables, some discardables. But this, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section if you guys also have GIOVINCO and how good he is for you. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.